If you're watching this video, the universe has chosen you. All of your questions will be answered. Keep an eye out. Many individuals feel that the human brain is an extraordinary organ that demonstrates how great nature is, or even serves as proof of God's creation. This intricate network of nerves and connections is not static. It is constantly developing and expanding with us. Even as adults, our brains may form new connections, contradicting the popular belief that our brains cease evolving once we reach puberty. This capacity to adjust is like a generous gift, comparable to how we imagine God to be forgiving and flexible, allowing us to develop and progress, connecting the mind, soul, and divine wisdom. Many people throughout history have believed that the brain is where our soul resides, connecting us to God. The Bible talks about being transformed by renewing our thinking in order to better comprehend God in Romans 12:2. Could it be that as our brains evolve, we become better at grasping what God expects of us? If God created us in His image, perhaps our brain's potential to adapt reflects His as well. Our brains change as we get older, and perhaps this helps us connect more with God, gaining insight and direction as a result of this connection. Old religious books such as the Vedas, Torah, and Quran include numerous references to transformation, healing, and the pursuit of enlightenment. The ability of our brain to evolve, learn, and heal appears to be compatible with these spiritual notions. If our brain is designed to learn and heal, perhaps it is also designed to understand God's messages, much like tuning a radio to obtain a clear signal. A healthy brain may be exactly suitable for picking up on God's messages. There's also an intriguing aspect to how our decisions and surroundings impact our brain. We are constantly encouraged in religion to surround ourselves with good people and avoid evil influences. Our brain operates in the same manner. It can expand or contract based on our surroundings and the spiritual decisions we make. Seeking wisdom, being patient, and loving others are all ways to draw near to God. According to scientists, these wonderful things change our brain in favorable ways. This implies that our journey to understand God involves both our soul and our head. When we make healthy choices for our minds, our connection to the divine may become clearer, manifesting as new ideas, feelings, or a greater understanding of what we're supposed to accomplish. Continuing this investigation, the brain's involvement in understanding our emotions and experiences creates a new link between the physical and the spiritual. Our emotional reactions to life's hardships and joys might be seen as heavenly instructions directing us along a path of enlightenment and compassion. As we go through life's ups and downs, our brain's ability to adapt and learn from these events may be considered as a spiritual growth tool. The better we comprehend ourselves and our emotions, the more connected we may feel to a greater force, gaining insights into the mysteries of existence and our place within it. Furthermore, the collective wisdom of humanity, preserved in history and passed down through generations, might be viewed as proof of the brain's ability to connect with the divine. Each narrative, each lesson learnt, is a step closer to comprehending our role in the cosmos. This common journey, fueled by the growing human brain, shows that our search for knowledge and connection is a shared, continuing discourse with the divine. The barriers between the physical brain and the spiritual realm may blur as we continue to learn and evolve as individuals and as a species, revealing a deeper, more profound connection to the cosmos and to each other. I'd like to thank you for connecting with us by subscribing. Words are a powerful force from God. Words have always had a strong impact. They have been responsible for building entire universes, influencing the trajectory of civilizations and affecting people's lives throughout history. Words are inextricably linked to our emotions. They have the ability to heal or harm, to raise or to pull someone down, to bring us together or to push us away. This is true not just in our daily encounters, but also in our spiritual life. Words enable us to connect with something bigger than ourselves. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, according to the Bible. And the fact that the Word was God demonstrates how essential words are in many faiths. How words make us feel may literally affect our brains. When we hear or speak nice and loving words, it's like lighting a road in our brains, bringing us closer to a higher force. However, if words are cruel or malicious, they might cause us to perceive things negatively and hold us back spiritually. The words we use, whether to others or to ourselves, are quite important. Positive, nice remarks can help us experience a stronger, more loving relationship with God. But it's not just about what we say. Our emotions, which are controlled by the limbic system of the brain, are constantly altering as a result of what is going on around us. These emotions can have a significant influence on how near we feel to God. It may be difficult to experience that spiritual connection when we are angry or disturbed. However, when we are peaceful and at peace, even when situations around us are difficult, we may feel closer to God, who is taking care of our emotions. Calming ourselves allows us to be ready to hear what God has to speak to us. Our words and sentiments are intertwined, and each influences the other. The hazards of speaking without thinking are warned in ancient scriptures, and current research agrees. It's vital to remember that harsh words injure not just the one who says them, but also the person who hears them. Asking for God's direction can help us pick our words properly. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, is a Psalms prayer that reminds us how tightly our words, feelings, and spiritual path are linked. Our daily talks and inner dialogues are about more than merely exchanging information or ideas. They are a ballet of words and feelings, with each step shaping our life journey and spiritual roots. Our words and sentiments, like a river cutting its way across a landscape, create the shapes of our souls. The tales we tell ourselves and others have the capacity to construct bridges or barriers, to open or close doors to understanding. There is a misunderstanding. Every word we say is a brushstroke in the picture that is our lives, and every emotion we feel is a color on the palette. By carefully selecting our words and comprehending our feelings, we are creating a masterpiece of our existence, one that resonates with the harmony of the cosmos. This was known by the ancient sages, and current psychology confirms it. The words we utter shape our fate, and the emotions we experience drive our spiritual journey. Let us remember the power of our words and emotions as we traverse the intricacies of life. Let them be the light that leads us through the darkness, the compass that points us in the direction of a life of meaning, harmony, and divine connection. The human brain is incredible. It may adapt and expand throughout one's life, a process known as neuroplasticity. This demonstrates not just how we may learn and grow, but also how unique our minds are. It's as if there's a blueprint for our thinking that helps us grow and become more like God. This voyage is governed by the law of cause and effect. Many faiths hold that everything we do, think, or feel has consequences. Our brains evolve in response to our activities, ideas, and feelings. This legislation also serves as a reminder that we are accountable for our actions. So take action and subscribe as soon as possible. We not only improve ourselves when we are kind, caring, and compassionate, we also invite God's blessings. There's also the adaptation legislation. It's about how our brains may change as a result of our experiences. Hang around with intelligent people, and you will become wise, or don't be friends with someone who is always furious. These concepts suggest that being exposed to good or negative things might influence our thoughts and conduct. They argue that God directs us to be in excellent company, allowing us to improve spiritually. Then there's the law of selection. We have the ability to make decisions that affect our life, but this is especially essential spiritually. God grants us free freedom to select paths that lead us closer to Him or away from Him. Making wise decisions allows us to have a spiritually full existence. Our brains can not only shift courses on the path of spiritual growth, but they can also generate new brain cells. This is analogous to our spiritual journey, in which we continue to study and improve our perception of God. Learning about religion or other topics demonstrates our passion to unravel God's secrets. And just as our brains may develop and rejuvenate, so can our souls. God's kindness and forgiveness allow us to leave behind our mistakes and begin over. This combination of cognitive capacity and God's grace demonstrates the limitless opportunities for personal and spiritual progress. Growth, on the other hand, is not simple. Outside influences can impact our minds and hearts, so we must exercise caution. When we can't receive what we desire, the rule of diversion informs us that our brain may focus on other things spiritually. This implies that when one road is obstructed, God may offer us alternate paths, each with its own set of lessons and opportunities for growth. Furthermore, brain growth shocks, such as strong events, can actually assist our brains expand. This is comparable to how God allows difficult events in our lives to strengthen our faith and character. All of these cause and effect rules of adaptation, choice, and distraction demonstrate how the human experience is about both our brains and our spiritual life. Our brains, with their intricate workings and adaptability, are testimony of God's marvelous handiwork. And the heavenly rules that guide us help us progress spiritually. In the complicated and enormous universe of the human mind, the thought that we might speak with the divine is both appealing and plausible. We could just discover the key to interpreting these strange heavenly messages if we investigate how the brain works, its potential to adapt, and the influence of words and feelings. Our brains, a sophisticated and intriguing network intertwined with spiritual understanding, show a realm in which science and faith coexist together. They are like dancing partners in a magnificent ballet, each enriching the other. It might be a quick flash of insight, a timely spoken word, or the peace that comes in the midst of chaos that we hear God communicating to us. To hear these signals, we only need to fine-tune our thoughts and emotions. Imagine if we could routinely get this divine communication. What we uncover each day may provide a new insight, a new viewpoint, or a greater comprehension of the world around us and the cosmos beyond. As a result, tapping into divine message requires more than just listening. It is also about developing. It's about allowing our emotions and ideas to lead us to a better understanding. Perhaps this voyage will lead us to see life in a new way, where every moment has a possible message, a heavenly lesson. This investigation has the potential to alter our perception of our existence by making us realize that we are part of a huge, interconnected cosmic dance with every step we take, led by a power far larger than ourselves. As a result, I ask you to think about these ideas and share your comments below.